And that's a much-needed completion right there on third down. Really a sigh of relief, isn't it? They're backed up deep. You know they don't want to give the ball back to the other guys in great field position. They needed that throw, that completion, that first down.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Flacco from the gun. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Setting up to throw, Flacco. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's the big man. Get the oxygen tank ready. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Cleveland offense making their way out. It's their 3rd drive now, and so far we've seen a punt. In that 2nd drive, CD, they turned the ball over, so not the start that they were envisioning.
Yeah, they've been ineffective so far, but look, they've worked on a game plan all week long. Don't get away from it too soon. Find a way to get some significant gains, loosen up, get going, and then they should be okay the rest of the way.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. This is 4. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for him.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Well, certainly not an ideal first quarter for him. Remember, he lost the fumble earlier, and here he ends up on the ground with a sack.
And sometimes what happens when you make a mistake early, you get too cautious going forward. Just cover up the football and take care of it and be able to cut it loose. Otherwise, your offense is going to stall.
A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And the Eagles will have it taking over a 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 69 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here's Hurts to throw. And he's got his big tight end here. And he's got this down to the 35. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Up the middle with Barkley. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone. First down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, touchdown!
Greg Calcaterra, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Eagles have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Elliott good with a PAT. And It's now 14-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, called it the 21. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. The Browns drive about to get started. They've been outplayed early, no question, down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
1st down, Cleveland.
Now it's Flacco. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. 2 yards to go, 2nd down.
2nd and 2 at the 50-yard line.
Flacco from midfield. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Johnson. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 38-yard line.
12 yards. And the Browns, 1st down. Let's go. A gain of 12. 1st down.
Flacco off play action. This will complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
12 more yards. That's another Browns 1st down.
Flacco will take to the air again. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To Ford up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
Flacco. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball, but someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
They're going to look to throw on Ford with Flacco. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And hindsight 2020, I think they probably should have gone for the field goal, right?
The 3 points would look really good right now, but I think what we just saw there, analytics really starting to creep into the game because more and more teams are saying the more you go for it, the better your odds of getting it, the better your odds of scoring 6 points instead of 3. They took a chance there. It just didn't pay off.
Yeah, right here, the anti-analytics guys go thumbs up. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Good for the Eagles. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A handoff to Barkley. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
17 more yards. That's another Eagles first down.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
Throwing is Hurts. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a 1st.
Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Here's a give to Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. They'll run it again with Barkley. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Well, he was looking at a dime formation, 6 defensive backs on the field, so he's looking for anyone to throw the football to, but he didn't have anyone open, so he took off and ran for it, but he came up just short, and that brings up 4th down.
They'll run for it with Barkley, and he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
First down at the 3-yard line.
Barkley. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
And Barkley trying to punch it in. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
How about this Browns defense they've held so far? This is now 3rd and goal. On the sneak, it's Hurts. And he'll get it. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Eagles have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Elliott good on the extra point. And that makes the score 21-0. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury.
Here's Flacco. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
And again, it's Flacco to throw. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're going to try it. Here's Flacco.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. That 4th down decision, unconventional but effective, and they indeed come up now with a 1st and 10, a fresh set of downs.
On the ground, it's Ford. And across the midfield, stripe into Eagle territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Eagles' 46-yard line.
Again, they turn to Ford. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On a jet sweep, this is Johnson.
Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
2nd and 12.
A break from the ground game here. Flacco.
That's going to be caught by Judy.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. From the gun, Flacco. He finds his man, complete. It's Ford. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards.
But Kevin Stefanski going to take a chance, going for it on 4th.
He'll try and run for it. And he loses the football a 2nd time.
And this is going to be recovered by a member of the offense, but whistles come in. Remember, on 4th down, that becomes a dead ball if anyone other than the fumbler himself recovers. So it'll come back to the spot of the fumble, and that will mean that's going to wind up being a turnover on downs.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now Saquon Barkley. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
144 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles, gain some additional yardage.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Barkley. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at the Browns' 33. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll try to run for it with Barkley.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
On the run, it's Barkley. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Grant Calcaterra
Ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Eagles are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
point. And he pushed it right. It's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. The Browns set to take over. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on fourth down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't want to get to a fourth down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Flacco looks to throw. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Ford. And down he'll go at the 25. The Browns on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's Flacco. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
With it is Jackson.
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense and running back Saquon Barkley ready to get going again. He's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 34.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. They go play action with Hurts.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this 2nd quarter. But I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards.
1st down, 10 yards to go.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
No touch.
2nd down, here's Barkley again.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Saquon Barkley taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
That time, a 9-play drive.
And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
A gain of 13.
Operating out of the gun, Flacco.
Open man, he completes it to Judy.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Flacco. Over the middle, complete. It's Johnson. And he's taken down inside the 30.
16 more yards. That's another Browns.
Flacco. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
To pass, Flacco. And that is taken in by Njoku. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
First down. First and
They go pass again with Flacco.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
Joe Flacco sacked. A loss of 5 yards.
And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Hopkins' kick is good. And that will do it for this first half.
Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen here, and you never know what you're going to get in the NFL. Sometimes it goes down to the wire. Other times, it's blowout city, like what this game is shaping up to be. But hey, anything can happen, so let's go to the second half. Send it back out to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scotty, thank you as always. Always, well, likely 2 very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2.
Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2. And he returns this to the 22. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for him. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
It's now 3rd down and 14.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
And that is exactly what you needed defensively. It's a long road back from here, but that's a good start to the second half as they force a punting situation in a 4th down.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw.
Gets this over the middle to Tillman. And the Browns are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Pickett will look to throw it here.
And that's going to be caught for the Browns. Touchdown.
Quinshon Judkins laying himself out in the end zone. And the Browns are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is down to 24. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And a good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in their second half blowout material. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Let's go. Ready.
Straight ahead, Shipley.
Powering his way forward. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Will Shipley
Scampering home from 19 yards out.
And the Eagles have opened the lead up to 30.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the capper, a 19-yard touchdown run.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace. Pickett lost it.
And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Pickett back to throw. This complete to David Bell.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
3rd and 9 here.
It's now 3rd down and 9.
Working out of the gun, it's Pickett.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there. 76 yards.
And the Browns get a bit closer.
Hopkins with the extra point. And the lead's down to 24.
17.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Let's go now.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw.
That's caught by his tight end, Kylan Granson.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On play action, they'll throw. From the left side, it's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Now a play fake here on 1st down.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Browns are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Pickett completes this one out wide quickly. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
David Bell.
75 yards.
And the Browns are able to cut into that deficit. Pickett will try to throw for this.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
That's good for Eagles. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48.
A run on 1st down with Shipley. 50 yards rushing for him now in just his first 3 carries.
Perfect execution on that inside handoff, and then a little will, a little brute strength to move forward after the contact.
What do we call that now in today's NFL? Heck, in today's football? Contact balance, right? That's the buzzword, the phrase you hear. A back who can absorb contact, bounce off of it, and keep moving. Just what you said, brute strength, force of will.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
And give them 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
You will too.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
And he will take this one in for the Eagle touchdown.
Will Shipley with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter.
And the Eagles are able to stretch out their lead.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.